There's a claim circulating right now that the Epstein files reveal Ellen DeGeneres as, and I'm quoting this directly from the Post's, Hollywood's most prolific cannibal, that she consumed human flesh.
Guess what? Pizza's here. Hello. Come on down. I lied. We weren't going backstage.
Ellen DeGeneres is named in the Epstein documents, and that part is real. Her name appears in the broader index of over 300 high-profile individuals that show up across the investigative materials.
Hollywood just took a massive hit. A link has now been established between its streets and the political scenes. And the one name that ties it all together is Jeffery Epstein. Ever wondered why the controversial word pizza always came up with Ellen DeGeneres? Time and time again, she has made it a point to quote-unquote order pizza. That 2014 Oscars moment when she asked the audience if they wanted to eat pizza and then went ahead and placed an order for it.
Is anybody hungry? I just feel like everybody's got to be hungry right now. Good. I was hoping you'd say that because I have this crazy idea that I will order pizza. And so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza if I... Jennifer? Yes? Harrison? Yes? Yes? Mark? All right. Too large? What do you think? I'm going to order some pizza. That's what I'll do.
Her interview with Adam Sandler, where the word pizza comes up again.
You get on a boat, you cruise down, went over to their house, they made us homemade pizza, and it was an amazing time. I sat next to Bono, it was a good day.
That is a good day.
Then there's that Jennifer Aniston moment. Watch how her body language changes completely at the mention of the word pizza.
These circles of friends that you guys have, you told a story about going and having pizza at the Clooney's in Lake Como.
Yeah, that's all in Aniston. Like George and I would love you to come over for pizza, but
how was the pizza? Was it good?
Oh,
what, he make it
Mom's
himself?
pizza was better than Clooney's. They both made. Everybody made a certain kind of pizza.
There's no pizza we didn't love.
Isn't it awkward that during these interviews with famous actors and musicians, they start to talk about going to pizza parties and are constantly describing it as amazing? Well, maybe it's probably because they don't necessarily mean the actual pizza with bread crust, mozzarella cheese, and pepperoni on top. In the Epstein library, the word pizza comes up almost 1,000 times, and in a majority of the sent and received emails where it pops up, the email addresses are redacted. Why the need for secrecy if it's just harmless talk about asking about a pizza party this weekend or saying thank you for pizza today? Well, maybe it's because it's not just harmless talk. When the Pizzagate theory came up in 2016, people labeled it a conspiracy, a rumor, a lie set up by the Republican to make Democrats lose the election that year. But fast forward to today, and it is no longer a hoax, it is our reality. And Ellen DeGeneres, her name is reportedly in the Epstein files, where she allegedly comes up as Hollywood's most prolific cannibal. So all that talk about ordering pizza, it had more sinister undertones than we thought. And what happens when you take a look at the set of her show? Notice any similarities? Same blue and white stripes, the palm trees, even the way everything is symmetrically staged.
Look at it. Oh, well, you know where that is too, right? The similar image to that, right?
No.
I know Jamie does.
What is it?
It's on the set of a famous talk show that's now...
Ellen's set bears striking resemblance to the temple on Jeffrey Epstein's island. And guess who had that pizza tattoo on the inside of his lips and was also Ellen's show? Erika Kirk's alleged ex-boyfriend, Cabot Phillips. Now, how does Erika Kirk tie into this? Well, turns out Ellen was the one who helped Cabot Phillips get his first real media exposure. Before Cabot got involved in politics, he was actually given a major platform by Ellen. Ellen brought him onto her show, introduced him to a national audience, and even featured his whole family. And at the time, it was framed as this wholesome viral moment after Cabot and his siblings did a zombie prank that was blowing up online.
State and local officials have reported cases of high fever, nausea, death, and even cancer.
Yes?
You need to get home right now. There's some sort of a weird virus outbreak and this is not test.
Okay, well, I'm pulling the driver right now.
What is that?
Hear that cannibalism? Because here's the twist. Anyone who understands how mainstream TV works knows that nothing on a show like Ellen's just happens. Every guest is vetted, every segment is planned, and there's always a bigger agenda behind what is shown. So now we're supposed to believe it's all just a coincidence? And here's the part that should really creep you out. Just weeks ago, when you search for the word pizza on the official DOJ site for the Epstein files, it was showing up almost 1,000 times. But now, the number of results have have dropped. So if pizza really just means pizza, why are they deleting files with that word? But it gets darker. Some people close to Ellen's former DJ, so Steven Twitch boss, are saying Twitch might have stumbled onto something tied to Ellen that seriously shook him. And whatever he found was disturbing enough that he reportedly wanted to get his whole family out of Hollywood. But then tragedy hit.
On Wednesday, news broke that Steven Twitch boss died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And now, ET has learned that the former Ellen Show DJ left a note behind indicating that he couldn't go on.
Twitch was found in a motel room, and we were told he took his own life. However, most fans never fully bought that version of events. And now, with everything resurfacing about Ellen and the rumored connections to Epstein, people are starting to ask whether Twitch's demise was really self-inflicted. Because according to the hotel staff, no one heard a gunshot, which is odd considering the layout of the hotel. What is even more troubling is that he ended his life only 3 days prior to what would have been his 9th wedding anniversary. Sources claim that he was on the verge of exposing something deeply troubling about Ellen, but then got silenced, allegedly. So Erika Kirk's ex Cabot Phillips gets exposed for that pizza tattoo, and we find out that Ellen, allegedly Hollywood's most prolific cannibal, gave him his first platform. Are we really supposed to believe all of this is just some random coincidence? Especially when you find out that Charlie Kirk openly claimed that pizza wasn't about food at all. And this was a long time ago. If you scroll through his account, you'll notice multiple posts where he directly talks about pizza being a code word for something dark. Fast forward to now, and these new Epstein files supposedly prove this pizza theory was true the whole time. In the emails released by the Department of Justice, Epstein and his friends talk about pizza parties a lot. There are dozens of emails asking about upcoming pizza parties, planning pizza parties, or talking about how much fun they had at previous pizza parties. Now you would think from all of this that Epstein was the world's biggest pizza fanatic. But actually, Epstein was a health nut who, allegedly, wouldn't even let his chef cook pizza for his friends. Here's what one of Epstein's accuser, Virginia Giuffre, wrote in her memoir, Nobody's Girl. Epstein was strictly disciplined about what he ate, subsisting on tofu, salmon, chickpeas, ginger, and other foods he deemed healthy. So why on earth would a man who never eats pizza constantly be throwing pizza parties? Now, circling back to Erika's ex, Cabot Phillips, it's not just his lip tattoo that's weird. He kept bringing up pizza over and over and posting strange stuff like pizza talk is the new pillow talk. He was also caught liking some weird comments on his pizza tattoo post, including one that said, "One bite, everyone knows the rules." At what point do all these coincidences start feeling like a pattern? When it comes to Ellen, there are way too many disturbing rumors swirling around her to cover in just one video. But once you start connecting the dots, all the creepy symbolism, the bizarre pizza obsession, the sudden unexplained deaths of people close to her like Twitch, and even her ex-girlfriend Anne Heche, it starts to get really dark. And now people are asking the questions no one wants to answer. Just how deep does this Ellen rabbit hole actually go? Well, sources say deep enough that it all ties together. Hollywood's supply of all those pizzas had to come from somewhere. And when you tie that to Erika's association to Romanian angels and alleged CT operations behind the scenes, the lines draw too close to ignore. So many things point to the notion that Ellen DeGeneres was definitely in on it, and Cabot Phillips knew too. But how about Erika? Was she just an oblivious pawn in the game, blind to the truth? Even though Charlie was never shy of voicing what he knew. How long before you think this whole thing blows over once and for all and all the ties get exposed for good? Let us know what you think about this down in the comments.